Easiest place to start, Stevie. What do you take from today?
I think it's like any pre-season game. You're looking at trying to get players minutes in the legs and how the fitness levels are. The kind of season starting competitive next week. Looking at players, different formations. We tried a couple of things in the first half to look going forward. Did it work? It's hard to say. I think the first thing disappointing for me was the way the park was. No, I've had to apologise to the manager before the start of the game. The park was so long that it was difficult to play on that, and I think I've just seen that, so that was disappointing. But overall, it was a good workout. I thought the players worked really hard. Tired towards the end, with a few players missing today, but that's what pre-season's for, and we'll look forward to next week's game.
You mentioned about the players missing. First of all, how many of them will be available for next weekend?
Well, obviously, I've got a couple missing through family arrangements, so they'll be back. So BJ will be back next week, and so George and Stuart, so that'll give us two, and they've been great so far. We're still looking at Kirk McKnight should be back next week, so that'll give us three. So we'll be in a strong position next week, but you get that in pre-season. You pick up knocks, you pick up strains, there's a couple of players that may be tight. So, but overall, we're happy where we are. We've had a good pre-season. The games have been difficult, they've been challenging, and we'll look forward to next week.
How important is it to kind of have different levels of opposition like that to play different challenges?
Yeah, well, I think it is like that because we knew we had to recruit quite a number of players this year. My brother, to credit to him, he's worked really hard in the summer, and you can see the players we've brought in. We've looked really good the last few weeks. So we didn't want to fly man deep end with tough games. There have been tough games. Larne, a good side you've seen. Crusaders had two teams with them, and the two junior teams also have a medal. And Hurlford, all tough games against them. So I think the balance has been right. We'd like to maybe squeeze another one in, but I think where we are just now is good. And I say we'll have a good week's training ahead and look forward to next week.
Obviously, you want to get into the winning habit, that would be a bonus, but clearly the result's not the be-all and end-all today.
It never is, but you want to get into good habits, and I said that to players at half-time, that it wasn't good habits in the first half. We gave away two cheap goals at any level of football. That's one thing we looked at for last season. We let teams score against us too easy. I think the first one we were throw-in, and then we did disjointing in defence. Second one obviously seemed the kick out and players' positioning wasn't right, but these things in pre-season, the players are still rusty. And Josh doing goals, he's only played a couple of games, and he's maybe looking at his position for the goal as well. So, but yeah, overall, I think the players agree with everything we've asked them to go and do. I think the second half we declared a couple of chances and we maybe get back in the game. But as you said, it's as we get players ready for next week, and we'll be ready then.
It must be pleasing. You mentioned a couple of chances. There was a couple certainly in the last couple of minutes. Could have taken something from the game. It must be pleasing that the team's fitness and desire is going right till minute 90.
Yeah, and I think the fitness levels have been good. I think you've seen that at the end. The game does get a wee bit ragged towards the end. That's what happens. Games do open up, but they freshened their team right up. We kind of kept the majority of the same players, and we're still going strong at the end. And it's maybe just tiredness if we didn't hit a target. You've probably seen that, but the fact that the players kept going, it gives us a lot of excitement for the season ahead. And so we're looking forward to it. We'll still a wee bit work to do. We'll be trying maybe a couple of players in if we can. Hopefully we'll get a good season ahead.
You mentioned about players coming in, obviously 4 trialists featuring today, including Josh. What can you say? Will any of them be signed for next week? Or?
Yeah, hopefully. Josh, we've kind of agreed with Hamilton that he'll come with us for a season for the loan. We're just waiting for paperwork to get done. Hopefully that gets done, so we'll look forward to have him back. All the trialists have come in, even the ones that didn't bring today. They've been great. Their attitude's been spot on. It's just sometimes it comes down to finances, actual positions as well. We're overloaded in the middle of the park, so it might force us to maybe look at else further up the park. Obviously with Robbie, looks like we've got to squad about for the majority of the season. Darren's not ready yet, so we've only got one recognised striker, so we'll have to look at that area of the park and see if we can try and strengthen it if we can.
I take it obviously loans would be an option. I take it a lot of the time that the clubs kind of higher up the pyramid, they want to wait till after the cup games, get a kind of look at their squad before deciding who goes out on loan. Yeah, well, I've spoken to a few clubs, a lot of them have been abroad, they'll only just come back on Monday, so that's another aspect as well. So we're working really hard, we've made a lot of phone calls, we're speaking to people every day. My brother's away at the moment, he's still also working hard as well, he's still tying in with the agents and managers as well. So we just need to be patient, if it takes another couple of weeks, we want to make sure we've got the right one, but we're still working hard to try and get that area of the park covered. I'm just looking forward to getting the real stuff underway now.
Yeah, pre-season's great. I was joking to somebody, this is my 28th pre-season, and they don't change. Players pick up knocks, you win games, you lose games, but it's about getting ready. Most importantly, for the league starting, that should have been, but the campaign the league's one what you're trying to good start with, a tricky one away to Forfar. But the League Cup section's been great. There's a lot of good sides. We'll enjoy playing against the full time sides. Also, we're in the league as well, and we've got the derby as well. So there's a lot to look forward to. The players, as I said, the group's come in and they've built their socks off, and it's been really good to see, and we'll get stronger as the season goes, no doubt.